Welcome back to another paint night. Today we're doing Ewashia, Master of Tides. And I've got our kind of inspo piece already loaded up on the side here this time. We're going to be doing kind of the colors and a little bit of style of Ranamon from Digimon. And for that, we've got ourselves 4 colors. We're going to do Talisman Teal, Night Sky, Barren Blue, and we're going to be using some highlights from Burning Ore. So, with that, let's get to it. Here's our figure, all ready to go. She's pretty close to what we're going for, so I'm thinking that we I've been trying to learn some lessons, and I think this time our best bet is to start off with like her webbing and stuff, because like we see that there's like I gotta get back behind some of the tentacles. So we're gonna start with like the bottom, work our way up, and then the last thing we're gonna do are the tentacles. And I think that's gonna work out. I think that's gonna be our best approach here. I am hoping. So with our base paint on, I think webbing wise we're gonna be using a lot of this Talisman Teal. So we're gonna go ahead. I don't think I've used this yet recently, so we're gonna shake it up, let it sit. We've been learning our lesson there. We're gonna shake them all up. That doesn't have a ball to shake up. Okay, yes. There we go. I don't know what needs shaking up, what's not, and I just shake because that's what I see on Bob Ross, or not Bob Ross, but other paintings. So, anyways, our Talisman Teal. Oh, and it didn't burst that time. That's nice. So we're gonna go ahead and put a good little drop in there because we're gonna use it quite a bit, and we're going to use just a slightly bigger brush than we normally start off with, because there's quite a bit of area for us to go. I'm going to go ahead and roll up my sleeves now because I like this sweater. So, all right. I'm just going to do a lot of this, because then we're going to go back over it with some of that darker blue. Or at least, yeah, that blue's. Am I doing? Oh my gosh! I just need to trust myself and go for it. That's what I need to do. Those tentacles, I'm gonna go with the darker, with the kind of darkish blue. So we're gonna try to avoid some of those. Getting in there. It's going to be messy, but it is what it is. We're going to have time to let it dry and come back and stuff, so I'm not too worried about any mess ups right now. We're just going to go for it. Looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about doing a lot of Digimon themed ones, just because well, first of all, I love Digimon, but second of all, because there's a lot of winged characters in Heroscape, and there's a lot of winged Digimon, so I've got a lot of options. I've already started deciding like what Digimon are going to be what. So we're getting that teal down in there. Like I said, not too worried about hitting the tentacles because we're going to go back over those. We're going to, let's see. We're going to go ahead and do their face. this color as well. We're just going to use that orange as the highlight there. A lot of these have like these intense nooks and crannies that we're just having to deal with. Hands are also this color. Trying to do like exposed skin is going to be all of this. I don't know if skin is necessarily the right word with these sea creatures, but it's the word we're going with. When I squeezed this teal out, I don't know why I thought I was going to use a bunch. I'm not going a lot because I'm going to be using that blue for like a lot of the tentacles and her chest plate. Oh, but she's got some exposed forearm. That's not the forearm. The upper arm. So I'm going to go ahead and get in there. Ooh, this forearm over here is going to be tough. Not too much left of bare skin as far as I can tell. Once again, getting those armpits. I think that's about it. I haven't really decided the head tentacles yet. I think I'm going to do blue just to keep it close to Ranamon. Okay, perfect. I like that color blue, that teal. I mean, I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get that cleaned up. And then I guess the next step is working on those tentacles. I'm going to say we're going to use the light blue for those, I think, actually. Yeah, because then we're just going to do some highlights. Or maybe I'll do the chest armor as that dark blue and some here and there spots. Once again, using too much is my worst habit. But I never said I was proficient. Was this my smallest one? They're about the same. We're gonna go. This one's slightly thinner, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. So I have to really like this like grip we got on these guys. Okay, so let's go. We're gonna start back here. Before we start touching up on the inside, I'm gonna let that first layer dry so I don't end up mixing it too much. Ooh. These scales she's got on her tentacles are kind of a pain. So I'm almost wondering if we should use a bigger brush to get in there easier. Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to switch to a bigger brush just to make this easier. Not that one. What do we use here? Maybe this guy will do it? This might be too big, but it might help us just take care of this initial where we got a lot going on. Oh, yeah, this is going to make my life so much easier. And we're going to do that orange highlight, but on the tip of the tentacles. So we're going to try our best to leave the tips alone. But if we have a happy little accident, it's not a problem. I was made. Really liking. I think I'm pretty excited with the contrast in those colors. And I don't know. I'm having trouble getting my camera to focus today. So apologies for that. Just gonna do our best. Yeah, that's working out. Got a little bit of blue on her fingertips, but that's okay. Okay, got a lot more blue. Alright, I need to be a little bit more careful. Starting to shake because I'm psyching myself out here. We're going to be switching to a smaller brush again here real soon. Just to get those nooks and crannies better and the smaller tentacle pieces, and just help avoid painting over some of our other stuff. And my hand's cramping up too. Not a good combination. I think that's about as much as we can do with this bigger brush, but it certainly saved us a lot of time. Okay. Gonna go ahead and switch back to a smaller one now. Let's see. Back to our really fine print one. I think that's, yeah, back to our smallest. Alright. Instead of bouncing around a lot, I should maybe just work on one at a time. That might be better for us. Gotta say, I feel like I'm, even just the few I've done so far, I feel like I'm becoming a better painter. Could be wrong. Might be wrong. Trying to get back here into these tentacles. It's not easy. how's your day going? I hope you're having a great day. And if not, I recommend painting. This has been a really, really nice way to end some of my nights. Fiance goes to bed, I break out the paint set and I start painting my minis. And it's been very nice for me. So now we're going to get into the hardest here. Having to really get in there. Now I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this really zoomed in so you can see up close just what I'm doing. Oh man, I just found a whole lot of unpainted. What I want is a curved brush, you know, one that reaches around in there. Ooh, that's too much paint. There we go. Watch, I'm going to finish and I'm going to miss a spot. Just like I did on my last one, my last video, the one I made look like a Pokemon. I realized I was missing like some of the sparkle and stuff for the wings and had to go back and actually finish it. Aha. I knew I was forgetting something. Getting behind some of this is far too difficult. Okay, she's coming along. A little messy, but we'll get her cleaned up. And as we get the other colors added in, it's going to start to look great. Okay, next up. Do we want to just continue that up at the armor and then... No, we'll... Man, I might regret this. I don't know. See, they use darker blue for the highlights on Ranamon. Almost feel like I should just make the armor the same blue and then come back and use that dark for the highlights. Will it work or won't it work? No, what to do? Yeah, because I want to highlight the difference between what's armor and what's tentacles, so we're gonna just make the armor dark. We're just gonna go for it. Hoping this contrast is high enough that it's noticeable, or that it's, you know, looks nice. Oh, and that I was hoping was dark blue. That is pretty much black. Well, at least I can get some good lines in there. I'm gonna work on those arms now. This is the forearm. Not quite what I envisioned. I could go down her back over here. Her back is what's probably stressing, yeah. Or like actual backpack is what's stressing me out here because I gotta try and reach down and not go too far. I'm just trying to get a little bit on the tip. Just a little bit at a time. Ooh, I think we got her back. Now we gotta do her forearms. Which are all sorts of jagged edges, so they're not being easy to work with here. Oh man, this underarm is... Okay, never mind. It's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. We're making some... I keep thinking like, oh yeah, these videos are going to be so short, and then like 20 minutes, you know, and then it's just never. See, I should have played more Operation as a kid. If I'd played more Operation as a kid, I'd probably been able to do this a little bit easier. But I was never good at that game. What do we think? Let's see. I think it's good so far. I think once I start adding in some other colors, it's really gonna help pop. All right, and then we're gonna go back to the light blue for the head tentacles. Ooh, I missed some of my armor. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and do that now. Like under her chin. As always, I am requesting tips. If you paint, whether you paint miniatures or you just like to paint paintings, please share your tips, recommendations, preferred products, all of that. All of that in the comments because I'm kind of teaching myself here. just about finished up here. Then we're going to have some highlighting to do. There we got a little bit of black to do. Not black, whatever the heck this super dark, what was it? Night sky. There we go. Not too bad. I think we're good. And it's high contrast. I don't know if I'm loving this. I love the idea. I think my execution was just poor. Go ahead and seal everything back up. Finally, our burning ore. Growing up, I couldn't pronounce the letter R in the middle or at the end of words. So girl or barbecue, all those kinds of words, next to impossible for me growing up. Took me, I think I had speech therapy for like, oh gosh, I was almost 10 years of speech therapy. Nightmare. Hated getting pulled out of class for that. And we only stopped because I said I can't do this anymore. So. Oh, I found some blue that needs to go in. Shoot. Anyways, in my head, to this day, I still am self-conscious about how, like, the words with the R in the middle and the end, like iron, I am convinced that I don't say that word right. Like, people repeat it back to me the way I said it, and I'm like, that's the right way. And I'm like, well, it sounds wrong in my head. So, or is one of those words where it sounds like I'm doing it wrong. Oh, there's like a little hair. Oh, I'm going to have to just pluck it later. Shoot. I'm liking those orange tips. Trying to make sure I don't miss any tentacle ends. So this one goes over there. That one goes up and around. I think I'm hitting all of them. It's this one up here. Okay. Looking good. I mean, as good as it's gonna look, right? Let's see. See if I can't do eyes this time. Don't know if that's going to show up very well. Check the thumbnail for a high quality photo from my much nicer camera than what I'm recording on. Okay, so then we're gonna do some of the head tentacles here. Trying to very carefully touch those. I think what I'm going to do at the very end of this video is I'm going to I'll just include the same image I use as a thumbnail, because it's not like you don't always get to see that thumbnail, so alright, we are getting close. It's a couple errant tentacles that kind of just wrap around. You got to try to figure out what is the actual end of them. I think those orange highlights really help it pop and kind of hide some of the mistakes. Ooh. Okay, you know what? As I'm looking at it all done, I'm a lot happier with it. I think I'm going to touch up some of the light blue. Orange on the back of the hand. Let's see if I can't do like one little orange dot right. Both hands are shaking. Yeah, I got that orange dot in the middle of the forehead. Looks pretty good. I think we got all the orange. We're just going to touch up some light blue areas that I see did not come out super heavy. Or, you know, full. And I think we're going to use like that black for the base of her because... Oh, no! Because deep sea. Okay, I think we did her, and now, like I said, just go back, touch up that base plate, and then I'll share that picture. See if I can't find a good way to turn her. There we go. Where to grab her? Good enough. Here we go. We are done with her. And you'll have that nice high quality photo in just 3, 2, 1.